If you want to come into this as a victim, you're going to see everything and you're a victim to it. The way I teach, you're victimizing the unlearned. You're victimizing the neophyte. They don't know how to fucking trade. They put their stop loss in the wrong place. We're running on them. We're not running in a pack like a wild animals, okay? Trying to find whatever moves next. That's reacting to price. Fuck that. We are a cheetah. We know we can run any fucking thing down. We can run anything down. Put whatever fuck you want to put in front of us, whatever method out there, we will run circles around that shit. Nothing can fucking beat what I'm telling you. Nothing can beat this. Nothing. If it could, it would have came. It's never come. You are a cheetah stalking in the high grass. And there's a herd out there. They think they're safe because they're close. They're all doing the same thing, eating the grass. They're hanging around, same people, doing the same shit. Harmonic, retail, Elliott wave shit. You're the cheetah. You're sitting out there in the long grass. You're just waiting. You're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And you see that one gazelle just takes a step too far out and puts his stop loss right there. Easy for the taking. The herd is going to move away, but that one animal that doesn't know what it's doing, it doesn't shift when it should. And now there's a fair value gap. In 72 miles an hour, in seconds, your ass is there pouncing on it. That's what I'm envisioning in price. Do I know that person that's losing money? No. Do I know the person that has all their hopes and expectations of making money on that trade? Do I know them? Am I going to see them? No. Am I worried about them? No. Do I feel bad that they lost money? No. I have to eat. You have to eat. Everybody signs the same risk disclosures when you come into this market. Everybody understands that you can lose and lose more than you have. I have no qualms about it, period. It's the way it is. It's a jungle out here. You either are prey or you're a predator. I don't walk around or teach my students to be a lamb. This is the way it is, folks. You have to have teeth and you have to have claws. And you need to know when to use them and how to use them. You want to come in here and play the nice guy role and everybody, is going to love you and you never say anything wrong or never off color or whatever. The bottom line is, that's not what this is. This is fucking war. We're talking about money, real money, lots of it, and major entities out there that do not want you to be doing this successfully. They're going to roll on that. And I'm teaching you how to beat the fuck out of that, okay? Consistently.
All right, boys and girls, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. How's everybody doing? Say what's up in the chat, like the stream. You guys know the drill. Good morning, guys. What's up, Matt Byer? What's up, Badal? Money Glitch, good morning. Nika, good morning. Amir, Trading and Self-Development. Melda, good morning. Faith, Paul, Ali, MJ, Jorno, Track, KTS, Avneet, Kookie, K-Van Chan, Daniel Trades, Raymond, Nins, Watani, Rahul, Soné, good morning. What's up, XD? Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Kick your shoes off, stay a while, get comfy, grab your coffee. We'll get into it over here. What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Alfredo? What's up, Lorenzo? Good morning, guys. Let's dive in, I suppose. So, first and foremost, we obviously have a no news Monday today. And the only red folder news really this whole week is on Thursday with unemployment and PMI. I am not in this at the moment. I was a little bit late to seeing this as it was kind of setting up, as I was getting some stuff set up for the stream. But I thought this was a decent setup here. I guess shortly after 9:15. We just had this sell-off here in the previous 30 minutes. Price taking out the Asia low, getting into the weekly open, new week opening gap. And now we're seeing price set up this bullish PD array out of here, bearish bullish breaker block, fair value gap. Like I said, I wasn't quick enough to get in on this. I don't know if any of you guys are in on this at the moment. We are trading up into this 15-minute inefficiency now. So I guess if we're bearish, we'll see this 15-minute gap flip price for lower. But obviously, if we're bullish, then this should get ran through here to some of these low resistance highs up here. So this is kind of turning into more of a tape read for me at the moment. We got market open here in 1 minute. So we'll see what the open has in store. But I would say looking here, you know, looking through the higher time frames here and framing up the bias for the day, to me, I still don't see a reason to be a bear as of yet until we really, you know, start breaking through some bullish PD rays. We have a 4-hour gap here that's holding, 4-hour gap and BPR here that just got traded into with this last impulse down, and this is holding as well for the moment, right? So to me, it wouldn't make sense to fade this until this all kind of got ran through here, to be honest. So that's my quick little analysis and bias, if you will, going into the day. Just staying bullish until proven otherwise, essentially, right? So that's really about it, boys and girls. I haven't checked the poll in the chat. Jeez, look at this pump, dude. Right at the open, man. Yeah, did anybody hop in longs down here at around 9:20? Man, straight up here to the New York Open here at 8:30. See if we get this pump through these highs. Man, you dirty bastard. God. But yeah, looking at the poll in the chat, yeah, as expected, 63% bullish. 63% bullish here. Go figure, right? Go figure. Oh, man. Too early that setup, says Daniel Trades. Yeah, it was definitely pre-market, which is a little out of the norm. But I literally, I'm like setting up stream and I'm getting my charts already. And then I see like on the 1 minute, we had just set that up. I'm like, wow, it looked freaking beautiful, to be honest. But if you weren't paying attention in the last like 30 minutes, we had this huge sell-off from 8:45 into 9 o'clock and set that move up. That made a lot of sense in terms of price, at least. But there's a stacked fair value gap. Shouldn't we wait for them to be inversed? Are you talking about these bearish gaps that we just inversed? Or what? TS said he hopped in along. I don't think NQ going down anytime soon. Yeah, I just don't think it pays to be a bear. I mean, you can definitely find some shorts, but you know, I don't think we're truly bearish until we shift structure on the higher time frames. Andrew went long. Nice. Yeah, congrats to you guys that did catch the longs on that. Man, what a move here. Right at the open, straight up here. Let's mark out some stuff. I'm just gonna mark out the all-time high. I'll just label it buy side. Yeah, we'll mark out the all-time high here, and again, just seems like price is going to be potentially just grinding new highs today. And we do have earnings later this week, boys and girls. Just a reminder on that. Earnings, I believe, on Wednesday with Tesla after hours. If you're not aware. That way 4 p.m. doesn't roll around on Wednesday and we get this huge move and you're like, what the hell just happened? But dang. What a move. Caught that long past the eval, says ETN. Nice, congrats. Why do they got to move before New York Open, man? I don't know, dude. Listen, if I could have it my way, they would never do it, but yeah, your guess is as good as mine. This is what they did. This was what they got. That's what they got on the menu today, I guess. That's what they got on the menu today. Gosh. 9:30. I mean, shoot. Yeah, so no first presented fair value gap formed as of yet. Just try. I mean, opening range gap is still down in here. Just as I'm like eyeing this up, obviously I'm wanting to get on side with the longs here. Obviously I don't want to be longing necessarily up here at the top of this move. So to me, I feel like I have to wait for some sort of manipulation lower, potentially manipulate to that 9:30 opening price, and then maybe see the continuation. But I mean, that's just kind of what we would like to see at this point, right? Yeah, Nika loves pre-market. She's always in on pre-market. She's always in on pre-market. It's nice when the opening bell is going to bring that pre-market move to life and add that volatility that takes you to your draw. I think you know, but it all kind of depends, right? There's going to be a lot of days too if you're trading pre-market, you're just going to get manipulated at that open. It just depends, right? You can't really say it's 100% one way or the other. It just some days it'll give you what you need, and some days it won't. Want to wait and see the reaction at the last week. Yeah. First minute is the first FEG. Yeah, this is 9:30. The FEG has to form in regular trading hours. So because there's no candle in regular trading hours before 9:30, this technically is not the first presented fair value gap. Trust me, taken in. One time I made that mistake of classifying the 9:30 candle as a first presented fair value gap, and chat ripped me a new one. So then out of pettiness, I went and double checked, and yeah, chat was actually right. Why you have B-Edge turned off? I'm not looking at, yeah, the ICT police arrested me literally. I'm not looking at the continuous chart, so I don't have B-Edge on here at all. If I have the continuous chart on, then I'll have back adjustment turned on. Bro, look at this move right here. This is hang on. From this fair value gap down here all the way, I mean, we're up 76 points currently, 84-ish to the all-time high. Man. Anybody got any FOMO yet? What's up, Retain? From the beach? What beach? What beach are we talking here? Some beach. Somewhere. I got my toes in the water. Yeah, there's buy side. There's the all-time high, boys and girls. I'm still not bearish though necessarily. I mean, I think maybe you could potentially find a counter trend short. Well, I'll never say never, but I guess it wouldn't be my first choice to be bearish. Not to say you couldn't find like some sort of corrective move back down into here as a counter trend trade, but dang. Move made you not want to trade today. Click that long button. Yeah, you had to click the long button. 20 minutes. Or, yeah, 9:20 actually, sorry. 10 minutes before the open. But yeah, for you guys that caught longs, hey. Hey. Cheers. Cheers to the Bulls. Oh, yeah. No FOMO from missing the move, boys and girls, if you didn't catch it. Don't worry, don't worry. We're in the same boat. Plenty of week left. Just kidding. The week's over now. We'll see you next week, actually. We'll reconvene next week, same time. A lot of you guys saying don't trade pre-market. Yeah. Yeah, I don't normally either. SMT at the high, I believe it. Yeah. We'll see. I'm not going to say it's impossible to frame any sort of shorts here, but it just, like I said, wouldn't be my first choice. To me, we'd still be fading the higher time frames here. So maybe if you do go short, I don't know, maybe be nimble. Don't demand too much. Like me personally, I wouldn't be demanding like new lows or anything. I would be more so looking for a rebalance, which we definitely could get. I could definitely see that. And at that point, I'd be looking to re-entertain some longs. We'll see what we get here, though. No need to rush in anything at this point. This was definitely a nice clean move, pre-market into the open, straight here through the buy side. If you caught that, great. That's awesome, actually. I mean, had I caught this move and held it all the way up to here, there'd be a good chance we'd be calling the stream already, to be honest. But we're only not even 10 minutes into the open here, so we'll let price accumulate and form some structure. We'll see if it does that or not, though. You guys know the drill. You guys know the drill. Just absolutely obliterated all this, though. Well, hey, at least tell me. Hey, actually, wait. I think I saw, who was it? Money Glitch. Was that you in the chat that you were saying you were bearish today? I just have to follow up. I know you said you didn't take any shorts or anything. At least I don't think you did. Are you still bearish, Money Glitch? Is the question. Or has this move kind of sold you on maybe not being bearish? I'm curious. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 6% of the chat is bullish still. Nice. We'll end the pull off there. The bulls are in control, boys and girls. The bulls are in control. What's crypto doing? We are. Ooh, Solana's moving pretty good today. Cardano. Fasten your seatbelts, boys and girls. I guess we're on a one-way trip to the moon. Ain't that fun? You know what's interesting? I feel like sometimes the trading community is like more. You ever notice how when we're at all-time highs, people are just so, it's almost like boring in a way, right? Versus like when everything's crashing and it's like the sky is falling. You guys ever notice how like the trading space kind of like comes alive and everything gets real loud? When we're at all-time highs, it's a little bit boring. It's just like, oh, well, all right. Nothing exciting here. We're just hitting all-time highs. Even though that's like when we should all be the happiest. Oddly enough, we're like happy when the sky's falling. Have you guys ever noticed that, or is that just me? When you take pre-market trade, it fakes you out, but if you skip it, it plays out perfectly. LOL. It just seems like that after today. Da. It just seems like that. It just seems like that today. I mean, yeah, it happens. Either way, if your plan is to not trade pre-market, then that's what it is. You know, not much you can do about that. Green in Q1, green in Q2, still break even. Q3 has been like 3 years in for me. You're just saying you're still break even. Yeah, we're in quarter 3 now, right? Yeah. You're saying you're still break even so far this quarter. Yeah, well, the quarter just started. We're only 3 weeks in as of today. Look at ES. What do you want me to see on ES, Money Glitch? We're not at the all-time high yet, if that's what I'm aware of that. If that is what you're trying to get me to see. I'm not too concerned about the SMT, though, at the highs, to be honest with you. I don't think that's going to mean anything, to be honest. TBH, I don't think that's going to mean a whole heck of a lot here. Look at the weekly. I mean, we're so bullish. Like every gap that gets left behind on the weekly, we don't we really don't even get close to coming back for it. Another breakaway gap here, another breakaway gap left here. We'll see obviously how this week closes, but gaps aren't even being traded back into right now. All right, we got a new 15-minute candle coming here in 2 minutes. Yeah, the only issue with this type of price is like your options are going to be one, chase longs above highs, which isn't ideal, or two, fade the longs to try to catch some sort of counter trend scalp back down into the range. Right, those are your options. Neither of which are like the most ideal, but that is where we're at. But yeah, what are we thinking, chap? Are you guys at this point feeling like a sit on your hands type of a mode right now? Are you guys, and then for those of you guys that are trading, are you guys chasing longs up here, or are you guys looking to short this market? Let's see where everybody's at. Chase longs, counter trend short. I ain't touching this shit. Those are your three options. Tyler Trades is back in the chat. What's up, Tyler? Tyler Jacob says, I'm shorting every 1 minute candle that prints. Tyler, question. Are you free to go golfing today? Oh my God, look at this pump. We just keep going. This is a new 15-minute candle that just opened up. Dominic, are you free to go golfing today? Tyler's ignoring me now. TP smashed. Yeah, congrats. I mean, dude, what can I say? Market's pumpy. Market is pumpy. Humana. Bro, where are we going though? Where does the momentum stop? Couldn't tell you. I mean, just projecting out this last, I'm looking at the hourly here, projecting out this manipulation before this move up. We're at the -1, between -1 and -1.5 right now. -2 would be up here near the 420s. Badumts. ES, yeah. So this is why I did not think there was going to be any significance with that SMT at the all-time high. ES is now at the all-time high as well. So that SMT's gone. We're bullish, folks. We're just bullish. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, and that's just what it's gonna be. Donnie T says we go higher, so we go higher. Also, do you guys think we're ever gonna have? Is Jerome Powell ever gonna get fired? What do you guys think? Is he out, or is he gonna bend the knee and he's gonna lower the interest rates? I feel like it's gonna come to one of those two. Either he's gonna bend the knee, or Trump's gonna say, "All right, this has to be done." Is that kind of how it feels? Everything's going up. Gold is pumping as well. Is it really? I guess it is. That's a little interesting too. I mean, usually you see more of an inverse correlation here. So everything's going up. What's oil doing? The oil's dropping. Huh. Oil's dropping, gold's pumping, indices are pumping. What's YM doing, actually? I shouldn't say everything's pumping. Yeah, YM is still hanging out. Bitcoin's going up a little bit. XRP, just looking at some cryptos here. Cardano's moving up. My Fetch AI coin's actually green today. Nice. I mean, shoot, guys, yeah. There's not really much for me to do with this. It's either it's literally chase longs or do nothing at this point, to be honest. We're not even in the macro yet. That's the cool part. We're not even in the macro yet. 10 a.m. is 12 minutes away. Jeez. Coldplay will wait, whoa, hang on. Coldplay will probably get fired. Wait, what? Why would Coldplay get fired? But they did get that Andy. I see that CEO had to step down. Did you guys see that? He totally messed that up though. I mean, talk about looking guilty. Like if you're the CEO of whatever company that was, and you're with the head of HR or whatever, whoever she was, and you both are in an affair. I mean, they put the camera on. You just gotta play that off. You know what I'm saying? You just act cool. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. What's up? Woohoo. You know, you just gotta, you know what I mean? Instead, they just looked as guilty as you could look. Come on. I wouldn't condone having an affair, boys and girls, but I mean, they definitely screwed themselves on that one. Dude, yeah, now what is this? Could you imagine, like, this guy probably worked his whole life to climb the corporate ladder, become CEO of this company. He probably got to enjoy it for not very long, and now because of what? Threw it all away. Unreal. For a Coldplay concert, of all things. A Coldplay concert? I don't know, boys and girls. And they say our generation's cooked. I don't know. I think we're going to take the W on this one. You know what I mean? Because of VWAP, not because of WAP. She's too old for VWAP now. So it's just WAP now. Can I get an amen? No, I'm just kidding. Too far. Tyler, free market stacked FEGs weren't inverse yet. We waited for all the FEGs to be inverse, or do we need to be? No, the thing is, DJ Durjan, here's what I'll say. If your model, if the way that you like to trade is you want to wait for everything that's in your opposition to get inversed, you could do that, I suppose. You know, that's if you want to be really, really, really safe. What I would say, though, is when you see the higher time frames respecting, like in this case, bullish PD arrays, everything bullish, hourly, 4 hour, everything bullish is being respected. Like you can have, especially once we've had like a clear manipulation, which we did this morning, clear manipulation below Asia lows into the new week opening gap, into a 4 hour BPR. We see price respecting, printing bullish PD arrays with displacement off of that. Like you can operate and trade with a moderate level of confidence that you could expect really these bearish PD arrays to get ran through. Especially, I mean, it's just the market environment we're in. We're at all-time highs. We've been bullish. There's no reason to, front run shorts in this environment at the moment, in my opinion. So, again, in this case, like if you waited for that inversion, I'm assuming you're talking about like this 15-minute bearish gap that formed here. Like, if you waited for this to get inverse, I mean, you don't catch this. This is gone. This goes without you, right? Because you got to wait for this whole 15-minute candle to close. And by the time that happens, we close all the way up here. So, but again, if you have a rule of like, hey, I don't trade against, PD arrays that oppose me, regardless of what my bias is, then that's fine. The thing is, there's gonna be so many more trades, not only this week, but so many more trades in your career. This won't be, if you miss this trade today, this isn't gonna be the first trade you miss. You're gonna miss over your entire trading career. This is probably gonna be one of hundreds or thousands that you just miss, right? You're not a part of, and it's just, that's part of trading. It is what it is, So that is true, Monkeef. Yes, he was thinking with the wrong head, you could say. Yeah. Talk about a pay decrease, am I right? But I would say so. I would think so. Yeah, he could have been. Yeah, that's the thing. He could have been acting like he was giving her the Heimlich. I never thought of that. That would have been Tyler Trades. I like where your head's at with that. Or that, either that or it would have looked way worse had he tried to do that. Could have looked extremely worse. Massive L for those two, yeah. What about her? What about her husband? How do you think he's feeling right about now? Imagine paying for a concert then losing half your life savings. Do you think they're no longer Coldplay fans? I feel like I would have resentment towards the band. It's their fault. Oh man. Or it's just either that or it's just a big distraction. It's just something so silly to keep all of us common folk entertained while they do something bigger behind the scenes, boys and girls. I don't know. Look at us all talking about it, and meanwhile they're doing God knows what. How did you get this patience to not press any buttons? Well, the thing is, Willie, if I don't press buttons, I can't lose. Right? So to me, if I miss a trade, it's I actually am going to steal this from Matt, one of the hosts of Tradeify TV. One time I missed a trade on there, and he said, it's better to wish you were... Oh, fuck, I'm gonna butcher this. What did he say? Better to wish you were in a trade than not in a trade. Meaning, it's better to have seen a move play out without you and wish you would have caught it than to obviously have entered kind of impulsively and wish you hadn't. I think there's a lot of truth to that. You know, sometimes it's just not going to set up the way. Like a lot of you guys waiting for market open to take any trades or even after our market open. Like you're not going to catch this. Your system is just not going to allow you to catch that trade. It's just not going to happen. I took the buttons out from. Oh, actually, the thing is we're corded over here, so no batteries needed. Yeah. My heart goes out to his wife. No wife should have to learn that their husband is a Coldplay fan like that. Oh, I didn't know where you were going with that, big head Raymond, but yeah, that's funny. That's true. Nobody have to find out that way. Yeah, more like a little ice cream date or something. He puts on cold, or like his Spotify shuffle just like pulls up a Coldplay song and he doesn't immediately change it. You know what I mean? That's usually how it should go, I would think, but double whammy. What do you? When it rains, it pours. You know what I mean? Wired mouse in the big 2025. Listen, I don't know what it is. You guys got me convinced to switch from Mac to PC. I switched to PC. I was having all sorts of I felt like technical issues with this thing when I first was getting used to it. And oddly enough, one of those issues was like the Bluetooth connectivity on my keyboard and mouse was just like terrible, and it would like not work half the time. So I just had to go wired. And I've been wired ever since. Keep me plugged in, boys and girls. Keep me plugged in so I ain't got to get plugged in later. You know what I mean? I stay plugged so I ain't got to get plugged. Pause. It's pain anyway. Missing out, getting out too soon, bad entry. Welcome to the life of a trader. We live for the pain. We're a little bit psychotic. I think we kind of enjoy the pain. That's why we all resonate so much with like trader meme pages when you see a meme about traders blowing accounts, hitting stop loss, doing stupid stuff. Like it just resonates with us on a deeper level that most people would never understand. And it's because I think deep down we got an affinity for the pain, boys and girls. We have an affinity for the pain. You know, whether or not you're into BDSM or not, I mean, you are when you're a trader. That's the you're a kinky person. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's lock back in. We got 2 minutes here to the top of the hour, 10 a.m. Unk status. Wait, you talking to me? Nika, I know you ain't talking to me. The blue box on my chart was a 4-hour BPR. 4-hour balanced price range that we traded into pre-market. The Mac is goated. I don't know. There's definitely some limitations. Let's see if we inverse this gap. I mean, you guys know how I'm feeling about shorts at this moment. It feels a little bit scary given the move up here, but it's also like, what am I supposed to do? Chase the longs at this point? But would 10 a.m. a couple minutes out here. Let's see what it sets up. Might end up looking to short this and try to catch a rebalance. There's your inversion on the 1 minute. I don't know, boys and girls. The idea of just shorting this very first inversion makes me a little bit... I don't think I love it. I don't think I love it enough. What I don't want to do is get caught in some accumulation up here. Another new high from ES here at 10 a.m. New hourly just opened up. And new 4-hour. Nika, you spoke too soon. You spoke too soon, Nika. Yeah, I was not convinced on this inversion here. And yeah, if anybody fired away on that, sorry, but it didn't work out. And for anybody that held off on that, kudos to us. Filtered out an unnecessary L. Quick L none the least, though, if you took that shit. Yeah. What the fuck? Have you ever been unhappy with the amount you made on a transaction and been upset that you closed early, or that you know you could have done more? Of course. Of course. Always. Happens all the time. It's very rare that you perfectly execute a trade or a move in the sense of, like, if you held more, you could have made more, or if you got out earlier, you wouldn't have been, suffering through retracements or break evens. Like, it's very rare that, like, you bottom tick and top tick a move and, like, you couldn't have played it any more perfect, right? Like, perfection in trading is basically impossible. You can get close sometimes where you're, like, almost perfect, but that is a very, very rare case even to get, like, that, right? So I just think not trying to be perfect, have a plan when you enter a trade, and you just let the plan play out, and what happens afterward is obsolete. You don't really care. If you have a target gets hit, you take your trade off. Whatever happens afterward is irrelevant. Have you ever had a dream that you would?
Have you ever had a dream that you could do
Like that? Yes, I actually have had a dream like that. Yeah. Yep, I have. I cannot lie. I think everybody's had at least one dream like that, though. I did not enter LOL. I want shorts, but I'm still waiting. Same here, Nika. Yeah. The thing is, I wanted longs today, but after this move, it's just like, what am I supposed to do? Long up here? I'm just not going to do that. Can't long until there's some sort of manipulation short. So essentially what I'd be trying to catch would be that manipulation short for this counter trend trade. But 10 a.m. just opened up. We ran up, took out the previous hourly 4-hour high. I think it would be a pretty clean setup if we were to break down here, get another inversion here. Oops, it's all if, right? So if this happens, then we could look to engage. But if not, obviously not looking to really touch this. I Willie, you already asked that, and I already answered it. Don't tell me you missed it. I took the smallest long to try and reverse this. Oh, you mean did you mean loss taking him? No, you're okay, I Willie. I just, you know, I didn't want you to miss it. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, well, I mean, there's really not much to do right now. It's basically if you caught longs, you're feeling real great. You know, if you're not trying to chase anything right now, you're just kind of sitting on your hands. So we got 5 minutes left here in this first 10 minutes of the hour in the macro here, but I just can't believe we're getting new stock market all-time highs and we're not getting new Bitcoin all-time highs. What kind of scam is this? Come on. At least give me something else to cheer about here. Do I trade any other pairs? Not really, no. I used to trade a bunch of different stuff. My watch list used to be filled with like 30, no, probably like 15 Forex pairs. I used to trade oil, gold, silver. I did trade a little bit of oil last year. No, actually that was 2 years ago. I haven't traded oil since 2023. But no, yeah, basically just focus on the indices, and that's about it. Not to say that I'll never trade anything else, but Tyler, most people don't understand that you have to make extra money out of trading if you want to be a good trader. I mean, yeah, I don't know anybody in their right mind that, if they're being honest, is going to tell somebody to not have other income streams outside of trading. Like, trading is not a guaranteed income source. And the more stress you put on the need to make money from your trading, the less precise and accurate and efficient you'll probably be, just because you're trading out of stress eventually, right? So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely the smart thing to do is have other income sources, boys and girls. I am from Wisconsin, Reflex. Dang it. Oh, I thought I had the soundbite on here. I don't, damn it. Dang it. Go, pack, go. Trading platinum is easy and expensive. Never traded platinum. Favorite pair of all time? I mean, are you talking a Forex pair? My favorite Forex pair to trade was probably GU or GBP JPY. I felt like Euro USD. I mean, Euro USD was fine. I just felt like it was slower. I like GU and I like GJ. Also, you know what I actually ended up loving a lot to trade during New York session was USD CAD. USD CAD gave a lot of good setups as well in the New York session. Obviously with GU and GJ, that's why I ended up trading a lot of London session, because like a lot of setups, if you're trying to frame like a power of 3, you would get a manipulation in London, and then, you know, by the time New York happened, you're either looking for a continuation or you've missed the move altogether. That was very common. Rockfest this past weekend in Cadott. Yeah, dude. You went to that? That's like a fun fact. That's near where I grew up. It's not exactly where I grew up, but I grew up probably like 10-ish minutes, 10, 15 minutes away from where that festival is held. Had an old friend quit his job and sold his car to trade full time. Mind you, he had only been learning for about 6 months. He got mad at me when I told him what's going to happen. Yeah. Well, Kevin, at least you told him the honest truth. You told him the truth. For now, he probably views you as a hater. But in due time, he'll realize that you were telling him the truth. It is what it is. Imagine influencers describing their trades today. Hey guys, check out this long the universe FEG 100 points above all-time highs, because yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that's the thing, Lang trades. Every time you go on social media, you're going to see, anytime there's a move, there's going to be somebody that supposedly caught it. Funny how that works. Funny how that works. Some did, some didn't, but you know Vietnam country? Hey, Tyler, do you know Vietnam country? Like the country Vietnam? Yeah, I know Vietnam country. What do I think? What do I think of Vietnam? I don't know. I've never been there. I know we had a war there. Fun fact, I have some like family friends and some neighbors that I grew up around that served in the Vietnam War. One of them gets like all these benefits and compensation because he was what was that called? Basically, he was infected with the Agent Orange from that war, so he gets like all sorts of compensation for that. Text 96, you're in Eau Claire. I'm also around the Eau Claire area. You talking Ladysmith Holcomb? No. What do you think about AOX model paired with standard deviations? AOX model? I don't know what that is. That was in 2023. He found from other friend he quit. Oh, yeah. Listen, trading's not for everybody. Trading's not for everybody. A lot of people, I mean, after like a few months of losing your you-know-what, or here's what I think happens to a lot of people, too. I think a lot of people come across like not great characters in the trading space. And then when they kind of find out that they got like bamboozled a little bit, I assume a lot of people kind of throw in the towel at that moment and just say that, you know, nobody makes money trading. Trading is a scam altogether. Everybody in the trading space is a scammer. And then they throw in the towel after that, is I think how it goes for a lot of people, at least in my experience. You got to remember, like I told you guys, I was in a trading network marketing company back in the day. And it's, you know, there were a lot of people, a lot of new traders that got started that, you know, after a little bit of losing a few months, it's just like, no, I don't think this is for me, right? Everybody thinks trading is for them when they look at trading as a way to make money endlessly. But then when they realize how hard it actually is, and the fact that you actually have to take the time and the effort and the work to actually just sit on charts, study price action, show up to the charts every single day, watch it live real time, either tape read, take live trades or whatever. I mean, a lot of people just don't really have the patience to sit and look at charts. I know, like, when I show some of like buddies and stuff, like the trading stuff I do, it either goes way over their head, or they're just like, that sounds boring as shit. You just sit and look at charts. But I think it's awesome. I feel like a crackhead looking at these charts. Whenever I don't get my fix, I just start twitching. I am Academy found. I am was something else, man. I am was definitely something else. Tyler, any idea of any shorts? Any idea of any shorts? Not yet. I mean, potentially here soon. Just because the longs are so expanded to the upside here that I just don't feel like chasing these longs. It's not going to surprise me if, like, we just keep pushing and grinding new highs. But that's just not a great opportunity for me to participate in my opinion. So I would say we're getting into 10:15 here soon. 15-minute candle about to close. To me, we are accumulating here a little bit now. You can see a bunch of equal highs being printed here. ES is a little bit different structure. We inversed here, bearish for value gap in here. I don't know if this is going to just run this low and if we're gonna get a breakdown here or not. But I would just say I'm waiting for a clear manipulation and then a market structure shift. So, like, for example, had this candle manipulated at 10 a.m. above this high, and then we immediately shifted structure with some displacement lower, I would have been willing to play that short back into this discount of the range. But since we're not really getting that, this is just a sit on your hands mode for me at the moment. I mean, Tyler Trades, it's basically the same answer that you hear pretty much all over the it took me at least a few years to really kind of figure some shit out. But, you know, you could attribute that to a lot of different things, whether it's strategy jumping or you trying to figure out what kind of trader you want to be. Or do you want to be a swing trader, a scalper, you know, all these types of things. But I was all over the place, whether it was too many strategies, too many assets. Like I told you guys, I used to have like 30 different Forex pairs. I'm not joking. Like every Forex pair, exotics, all US pairs. Like I was just flipping through. This would be me. Watch this. This would literally be me on any given morning as I'm flipping through, looking through a trade. I'd be on whatever time frame chart I was on. I'd be just doing this arrow button down key on my keyboard. Nope. Oh, that looks kind of good. Nope. Oh, that looks kind of good. Nope. Oh, that looks good. Nope. And I'd be doing this. Every few minutes, I'd just be skimming through all the pairs. I didn't want to miss nothing. Didn't want to miss a thing. We're going to get some of this Agent Orange. I think you need a time machine first. We're going to take you back. We're going to take you back to Nam. I believe sometime in the 60s. What do you have as first presented for value gap? 930 or 935? Probably 35. Let's see. Yeah, 35. Which we did tap. You know, we tapped it after hitting the all-time high. Traded back into it. Now we get another rally out of it. But essentially, the way that I was kind of just viewing this is once this move took place, obviously the setup, the best entries formed pre-market. But once this move played out here through these highs, I just wasn't super interested in like chasing the long anymore. This candle could be manipulation. We just took out these relative equal highs that we were printing, and we formed another SMT here. Well, I need to see some displacement lower before engaging in any sort of short here. This would become a bearish breaker if we can trade below here. Oops. New Tradeify website is kind of nice. It is kind of nice, isn't it, Sone? That is right. Yeah, they just revamped their entire back. What would you call it? Their back office dashboard. And yeah, it is pretty nice, boys and girls. Seem to have a problem with my journal. Losses that I never took. Is your journal correct? I haven't even looked at it. I just basically glanced at the new website. Obviously, I had to log into my I had to log in or whatever and change my password. But I haven't checked any like journals yet. But I'll check that out probably later, Sone. We'll see if I take any trades today as well. First day trading ICT, says Manga Forever. Hey, Manga, welcome to the dark side. Hang on, do I have something for this? Oh, I don't know if I do. Manga Forever, whatever you do, don't listen to the people. Don't listen to the people in the chat. If anybody gives you some hate about ICT, this will be them. They think they're funny though when they say ICT means I can't trade. This is all those folks.
You wake up when the alarm goes off. You go to your job. Sorry. Hi, boss.
Oh. Also, your first day trading ICT, probably your first like 2 to 12 months. Oh, there's another manipulation higher. In your first 2 to 12 months, this is probably going to be you. Going through all the ICT mentorships, watching the videos. When you take a fair value gap trade and it just gets absolutely obliterated. I'm just saying, just know that it's normal, okay? We've all been there. We've all been there, and there'll probably be moments where we'll be there again in the future, but I just had to welcome you officially to the cult. It is a cult. Despite what some people will tell you, they'll tell you that it's not a cult. But I will tell you that it absolutely is a cult. And let's just say it's time for your initiation. Okay. Don't ask what the initiation is either. You don't want to know. Manga goes, I want a unicorn. Manga, I think you might be ready. I think you might be ready for this whole ICT trading thing. Yeah, a unicorn. Listen, I'm not gonna disagree with you though, Manga. I think a unicorn would be awfully nice here, but this is Do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say it? The flowery names got you? Yeah. That's what got all of us, I think. That's what got all of us. We don't want to talk about buying stops. We want turtle soups, you know what I mean? We don't want breakers and fair value gaps. We want unicorns. We don't want imbalance. We want a fair value gap. Why? Because it's provocative. Simple as that. Are we still in a call because we trade certain concepts but rename them? Are you saying that we rename them, Kev? Or are you saying that if you call them something else, like if you call a fair value gap an imbalance out of spite of ICT? Either way, it's just better to be in a cult. You know what I mean? Like, Google gobble, one of us. We accept them, one of us. Google gobble, one of us. You know what I mean? Like, You know, I'm tired of defending it. I don't care. Say I'm in a cult. I'll be the cult leader, or I'll be like, you know what I mean? I guess ICT would be the cult leader, but I'll try to be like the teacher assistant, if you will. Class is in session, boys. We are at all-time high premium, so we can't long, can't pick a top. Don't you think it would be better to end the day here and let price develop for tomorrow? Anane, you sound like a guy that's been trading a while, and that very well might be the case. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to participating in the market, but I gotta see a reason to engage with it, with something that makes sense to me. This is just a bullish, grindy market for now. I do anticipate there to be a pullback, obviously, at some point. The only way that I'm interested in going long at this point is if we get some sort of manipulation lower. So therefore, the only thing that would be on my radar right now would be looking for that counter trend trade for lower. Now, will we get that this morning? I don't know. Could it be a lunchtime manipulation? Could it be a PM session? Could be, right? Like, it might not happen in this next 30 minutes. But we'll see. You know, I would say that I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a price to displace lower and give us a clear market structure shift to engage with, right? So if we can get it, we get it. If not, if all of these bullish gaps just keep holding, then it is what it is. You know, it's just not anything here for me anymore. And I just got to wait for structure to print, but it ain't going to be the end of the world if that's the case. It's a no news Monday. A lot of you probably consider just taking the day off altogether. I am also one of those people that consider doing so. So it's it is what it is. Tyler's the guy serving the Kool-Aid. Yeah, exactly. Drink the Kool-Aid, boys and girls. Drink the ICT Kool-Aid. When did you learn ICT? Was it the first actual trading strat you were taught, or did you try other things to finally end on that? You know what's funny is ICT was the first thing that I was told about when it came to trading strategy, but it was so complicated and complex that I was like, I didn't stick with it very long. I naturally gravitated towards very simple. And the other thing too is I started learning babypips.com. I don't know if anybody ever went through the babypips.com like school of pipsology, but they basically teach you so many basic stuff, right? They teach you about indicators, oscillators, moving averages, you know, Bollinger Bands, support and resistance, trend lines. So naturally, one of the first things that I ended up actually using was support, resistance, trend lines with a bunch of indicators. Like I would have the stochastic on my chart, the RSI, looking for overbought, oversold, have my Bollinger Bands on with my moving averages. Bro, my chart was a mess. I don't know if this is just a phase. I think a lot of people went through this phase at some point or another. And then I'm just marking out support and resistance and trend lines and trying to find reversals, you know? So that was where I started. And then from there, basically bounced around a bunch of different things, partially because of the company that I was a part of as well. You know, there's so many different strategies being taught, from harmonic patterns to supply and demand, you know, pivot levels, so much stuff, dude. I mean, you know, different mixes of indicator, it's moving average crossovers. Yeah, I mean, you name it, I've definitely looked at it. Whether or not I've used it for any length of time is another thing, I guess. But what I can say, though, is with all strategies, I've won and I've lost, including ICT concepts. But the reason that I landed on ICT concepts and stuck with it is just because I had to ask myself, like, what makes sense to me? Like, when I'm looking at a market and I'm picturing, like, what's moving the market, what is the market attempting to do with every move? Like, I just don't believe that the market is random. When I was looking at price through the lens of, like, any sort of indicators, moving averages, or you know, overbought, oversold indicator, anything like that. Like to me, I'd find myself a lot like, oh, if market's not moving great today because it's disrespecting my arbitrary lines that mean nothing, you know, and I'm sitting here, I'm blaming the market for being like quote unquote random. And I just believe that the market is manipulated and controlled, and that every move that it makes has a purpose. And I believe that purpose is to create whatever max pain would be in the market, which would aka mean taking liquidity from retail traders and, you know, rebalancing. And a lot of times, you know, it's efficient enough that it's usually doing both of those things at the same time. So based on that logic and philosophy of the market, To me, ICT concepts and reading price action is the way to kind of spot that in the market, if you will. You know, if that's what I want to be trading is these manipulations and then the reversals that take place after, then that's the lens that I believe market should be viewed with, right? So I stuck with that, and then obviously at some point you have to make the decision, like I'm gonna stick with one strategy and I'm not gonna deviate, right? Like I really don't believe you've truly traded a strategy and collected enough data and experience until you've traded that strategy for at least a year, to be honest, right? Like so many people jump from a strategy after like a month. People will buy one eval, lose it, and then they'll try a new strategy on the next eval the next month. And it's just like, that's not really helping you, is it? You know, it's like, so I think you got to just pick a strategy that makes sense to you. It doesn't have to be ICT. It could be something else, right? Maybe you're just a really big trend person and you just want to look at like VWAP, moving averages, something like that, and let that be your guiding light. And that's fine. That can work too. But it just makes most sense to me to look at the market through liquidity and imbalance, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, power of three, etc. So the new Tradeify journal shows a fat W I never took. I guess it's better than a fat L you never took, wouldn't you say? Have I ever traded order flow before? Yeah, technically. I never actually used the DOM too much, but I used to use concepts that you would find in order flow trading. Volume, I'd be looking at volume profile, point of control, value area highs and lows. To be honest, when I first kind of got into like some of the smart money stuff, I still incorporated volume profile into that. So like, well, let's just look at this. Where is I still have this saved. I still have the fixed range volume profile saved as a favorite on my trading view. I just never took it off. Oops. So yeah, looking at this, your point of control is obviously all the way up here, just going from the recent low to the current high. Point of control is all the way up here. Here's your value area, high, value area low. So yeah, I used order flow. I never looked at the DOM though, but I was not looking for like short scalps though. To me, the DOM didn't make any sense. Like, why would I care? Like, I'm looking for, I was still looking for decent sized moves. Like, I'd be looking for a move like this, you know, like we get back below point of control, bang, after taking a high, right, taking liquidity, etc. And then I'd be looking for a trade back down. Like, isn't it ironic? It's not ironic, but isn't it like interesting to you guys? And this is something that you'll see if you've been trading for a while. Like, that's why I'm not a strategy supremacist, right? Like, notice how, like, even if we were to frame a setup using ICT concepts from these highs, this still sets up the exact same as like a volume profile type of a trade here, where you could just be taking it back down to discount in your ICT logic, but in the volume profile logic, you're just taking it down to volume or value area low, but it's the same setup. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times you'll find that some of the best trades will have a overlap, if you will, or like a confluence of a bunch of different strategies that would have gotten you to a similar trade. You know, and I'll see comments as well all the time where people will be like, "Oh yeah, I don't trade the same way as you, bro, but I caught the same trade as you." You know, and so it's not surprising. Do you think you need all this visual aid to effectively trade futures, trend lines, etc.? Let's say, guys, free balling futures on Robinhood Mobile. Is he cooked? Free balling futures on Robinhood Mobile. Is he cooked? Is he free balling it? Are you asking because you're free balling it, Tex? Are you free balling it on Robinhood Mobile? I like to trade on my, at least a laptop. So I don't know. Every time I trade on my phone, I feel like it doesn't go great. I haven't traded on my phone in a really long time. Not to say you couldn't do it, but you can trade on your phone. Obviously, if you can see the charts and the candles, you can trade it. But I don't think you need the indicators. No, I don't really use indicators. I have a couple like indicators like this, where I'm just looking at the higher time frame candle next to my lower time frame chart, and things like that, or an indicator that marks out opening prices. but I don't have like true indicators on my chart in terms of like oscillators or moving averages or anything like that. So no, I don't think you need indicators. You can just read price action and trade that. You know. But I will say I would think that having more real estate to see your charts would always be more of a service than not. But free balling it, Robinhood futures, no indicators. How's it going so far? I should ask Tex. Are you just kind of getting into? I've also never met anybody that trades futures on Robinhood. But I'll let you fill me in. How's that going so far? When I trade on my phone, I either double my accounts or blow it. Just starting? Okay, nice. Well, hey, welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. That is being a day trader. Footprint charts interest you? Are you talking like book map? When I see a book, when I see like somebody using the book map, I just see like, I don't know, it just looks looks far out to me. Just take a buy below midnight. Is too easy, Tyler. Just take a buy below midnight. Want you bullish and sell above the midnight. This shit is easy, and you going to have great RR. Well, I don't know if I go that far, Monkeefer. I'd say it's easy. You could have really big manipulations below or above midnight, even if your bias is correct. I think the reason that I enjoy trading the New York AM session specifically so much is because obviously, yes, the volatility is present, and you're going to see these draws on liquidity be delivered to, but also, especially given like macro windows, I find it just the ability to be precise is very high when you're trading a very particular high volume session versus, you know, kind of being in the middle of no man's land, if you will, or that's the thing that I like about it, is having that precision, that element of time involved with your strategy, not just price. But that's coming from somebody that also doesn't want to hold trades for 8 hours. Just bought trade a 550K girl through your code since I don't win in the gift. Dude, George, come on, man. George, don't be like that. You'll win, George. You'll win soon. You'll win very soon. I can feel it. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it, George. Like watching the ladder. The ladder is cool to look at. I will say that. I've got a 4-monitor setup, but when I'm out and about, gotta use the damn phone. Not that bad at charting slow. The only thing I don't know. Do you guys know? So I believe that you have to have NinjaTrader open. Like if I'm gonna copy trade, I copy trade using Replicanto and NinjaTrader for these Tradeify accounts, obviously. So I execute my leader on TradingView and it copies to Replicanto because I have it open in the background. Do you guys know if I need it open in the background? Meaning, I think I do though. Like, meaning if I were on my phone and I took a trade from TradingView on my phone on my leader account, I'm assuming that it would not copy to my followers. Can anybody confirm? Or I think that is the case. I've never tried it because I believe that is the case. But if I've got that wrong and anybody has experience otherwise, let me know. You think so too? Yeah, okay. I believe that's how it is. It's yeah. I believe that's how I think I tried it. I think I tried it when I first got Replicanto and I was messing with it just to see how it would work. Because when I made the little like tutorial video, I wanted to be able to tell you guys what would work and what wouldn't. Could I explain the order block, please? Sure. So you've seen me kind of mark out, well, this is no longer relevant here because what we're doing here is we're putting failure swings in lower and we're generating sell side to get ran at some point here. But I was marking out potential order blocks if they were to form. But the only reason that they would have formed, or sorry, I should say, the only reason that they would have been order blocks would have been Like this move higher, if we manipulate up, take the high, and then we immediately shift structure, this becomes that order block, right? Because this would be the manipulation that took the liquidity above the high. So therefore, I'd be looking for this level to respect and then sell from as a bearish order block in a premium, right? But because we're not actually shifting structure, getting below this is not anything of relevance. This is just, again, failure, swings lower, grinding new highs. So this wouldn't be anything significant there. However, if I scale up here, let's go to... Yo. Are we back? Are we back or are we not back? We're back? All right. We're back, boys. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Everything just like, I don't know if my internet just dropped for a moment or what, but OBS disconnected. My Ninja Trader disconnected. Everything got disconnected, but we're back. So we are back, boys and girls. Hang on. Let me see here. We are at, why can't I? Let's see. Oh, hang on. $9.69. I like that. I do like that number. But we'll do a giveaway. We'll do a giveaway at 15K subs. So if we can get the 15K subs today, we'll do a Tradeify straight to funded account giveaway. If not, we gotta save it. If not, we gotta save it, boys. Yeah, babe. I don't know. My internet just dropped. I look back at like my router, my modem or whatever, and it was like the light was like blinking red. And then a couple minutes went by and it came back. So we're here. What was I don't remember what I was saying. Were we talking about order blocks or something? Hang on, let's lock in a little bit though as we get near the 11 a.m. macro. It looks like we could maybe be setting up the short here potentially. But anyway, what I was trying to show you, I was trying to show somebody order blocks, I believe. So like this would be on a 4-hour, just to show you like a clear example of like an OB. So this would be an order block here on the 4-hour, a bullish order block, right? So the idea would be that price at some point will return to retest this, rebalance inefficiencies, and then look for a continuation off of that. But this is what an order block would be. Basically you're looking at it as a manipulation, right? So, but it has to have accomplished something, whether taken liquidity and or rebalanced or both, right? And then usually also it creates an imbalance. So those are your high probability order blocks. Are what did they accomplish? Did they accomplish something? It's not just a candle necessarily that closed like an opposite candle closure in the opposing direction of your idea. It has to have accomplished something, right? A liquidity raid, filling an imbalance, or both. And then also bonuses that it also printed a fair value gap or an imbalance from it. But those are your high probability order blocks. Just like the fair value gaps that matter. The important fair value gaps are the ones that sponsor new highs, right? So for example, like this would be where you're looking for that possible inversion. Why? Because this is the bullish fair value gap that sponsored this new high, right? So if we lose this fair value gap, this then becomes that order block, which we're already getting closure below this. So we're closing below 50%. This inversion could be incoming here. But this would be what you're looking for to then look for that true market structure shift for potential move lower in this example. But yeah, I don't know if that's something that's really talked about a whole lot, is that the important PD arrays in the PD array matrix are the ones that accomplish something significant in the market. But I mean, yeah, if we can get this inversion, I think I would be okay in terms of willing to give this a try for this counter trend short back. I mean, honestly, you can go to like, you know, 1 to 2 down into just above premium or discount of the range here. Let's see, 15.5. That low is right here. Beauty. Beauty. We'll see if this sets up or not. If this fair value gap holds and we see another leg higher, then there's nothing here. Yeah, you guys might be in shorts already. Because we're so bullish, I'm just gonna wait for this confirmation. Been patient this long, but there's no reason to not be patient now. Can I get an amen, chat? Can I get an amen? Appreciate it. Macro starting here soon as well, about a minute out. Looking like we could get this hourly 10 a.m. candle to actually close back below this 9 a.m. candle high. Also, no lower wick on this candle, which is interesting to me. Maybe we'll see this whole candle flip bearish. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hop in this right here. We kind of closed right at the very low. We didn't actually close below it, I don't think. But I'm going to try this short. Stops at 412.5. And looking for this move down to a 15-minute low. And inefficiency here. Still just above equilibrium of the range. Take it if you want. I mean, if you're not feeling the counter trend trade, then obviously watch and enjoy, I guess. But the idea is that I'm expecting this to become an inversion, this to hold as a bearish breaker. Hopefully my stop is in a good spot here. I think it should be, especially if we get this inversion. Break even for me is probably going to be this hourly open as we're trading down here into the lower 370s. At that point, we're up over 1 hour as well. Now he says, good luck in the trade. They're in longs. I would wish you good luck, Nowies, but I would be disingenuous if I did. I wouldn't mean it. I want to see shorts. The only reason I would consider moving my stop up just a smidge would be there's a tiny little 5-minute gap if we wicked back up into here. But we'll see. I think we're all right. We'll mark it out though here. Five-minute FEG. I'm above it. If I want to include that candle wick or not, but Tyler, by the same token, would you not have one? Wait, Tyler, by the same token, would you not have waited for manipulation before shorting? I'm viewing this as the manipulation. Fair value gap sponsor this new high. We're inversing this gap, breaking down here around the 11 a.m. macro in a deep premium. I'm not looking along this anymore because I want to see rebalance before I go long anyway. So. So yeah, to me, this is my manipulation right here. This leg up. Hourly candle closure here. Yeah, we got like 6 minutes left. Just had a shallow run below this little short-term low here. Three-minute gap. You guys are screwed? How do you know? Also, that's not very nice. Tanya short. That's not very nice. Man. It's funny though. We'll see. This is the only thing that makes sense to me right now. Yeah, I think my stop's in a decent spot. This inversion for value gap, this breaker would have to fail, and we'd have to get above this 5-minute fair value gap up here. So I'm good with my stop here. I don't feel like I need to take it all the way to this high. You could if you wanted to be really safe, I guess. Thanks, Adnani. Sharky says, you're right with the stop. If it goes up there, you're fucked anyways. Well, that's kind of my logic, too. That was kind of my logic as well. Plan to flip it if it runs the FEG. I don't know if you're asking or if you're saying that's what your plan is. No, my plan's not to do that. I've already missed the long today. That's how I'm viewing it. That's how I'm viewing it. To me, if all of this fails, we're probably going to see, again, new highs. That's why I don't feel like it's going to serve me to have my stop up here. If we go here, we're probably going here anyway. So I can save myself the extra points because we're going to go for the AM kill zone high then. Where did you miss the long? The entry actually set up in pre-market. And I guess you could have longed, in hindsight, you could have longed the first presented for value gap as well. After the high was already taken, but yeah. She was gone without me. Gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday. What's the next line? Gone like a... What's that next line? Why is it blanking me? Gone like a soldier in the Civil War. Bang, bang. That's what it was. That's what it was. She was gone. She was gone, boys. Yeah, a couple mixed opinions in the chat here. Some people are long, some people are short. Listen, may the I'm not even gonna say best trader, but may the, I don't fucking know. May the correct trader win, I guess. Whatever. May the luckiest. Sure, we can entertain that. That's fine. We can entertain that. New hour coming here in 30 seconds. Hourly candle closure here. Let's see. Are we going to get this closure on the hourly below the previous high? I think that would be important. Looks like we will. Huh, maybe not. In the last second, it closes above the hourly high. I'm going to hold this for now, but I would have loved to have seen this hourly candle close below this wick. Literally in the last 3 seconds, it fucking jumps up there. Fucker. Fucker. So we'll see. To me, this is now an hourly fair value gap as well. So I still like my break-even level being the open of the 10 a.m. candle. Because if this hits the hourly gap and then we see price come back to entry, I don't like it anymore. Yeah, here's your 10 a.m. open. The last 3 seconds tipped the hat. It wants to continue up on the... You might be right. You might be right. I still would like to see this manipulate into this gap, though. Maybe that's the stubborn side of me talking, but I like it. I like it enough, at least. For now. For now. Any thoughts on algo trading? What do you mean specifically about algo trading? Like using an algorithm to trade for you? I don't believe in it. If getting an algorithm to trade for you was all it took to become a rich, successful day trader, everybody and their mother would do it. it's all just somebody trying to sell you something. I don't think it's got a real value to add, but I guarantee you'll find someone that's willing to sell you one. That's all over the place in trading. Could maybe look to cut this trade if like we get like a strong candle closure like above this high here. Just on the account of this hourly candle did not end up closing below this high, so this would look pretty fucking cooked. It would look pretty cooked if we were to shift structure again. I have the bot, but don't have the capital. Generates 8 to 10% a month. Bull fucking shit, bro. Yeah, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. I'm tempted to just ban you from my chat just for saying something so stupid and scammy. Generates 8 to 10% a month. You realize that's illegal? Even if you did have a bot to sell, by making that claim, that's an illegal income claim. Guaranteed profit. I swear to God, bro, people are so stupid. What if I show you the results? I would actually rather... I would rather speed down the highway without my seatbelt on into a tree before looking at whatever you're trying to show me. No offense. No, it's I said no offense though, so you can't be offended. And that doesn't make any sense, bro. What you just said, you're like 8 to 10% a month, but you don't have the capital. What are you talking about? If you're that confident in your freaking bot, go freaking sell something. Go get a job. Save up some money. Use it. What are you talking about? Let me guess. You know what? No, I'm done entertaining this. This is stupid. I use a Sony A6100 camera with a I don't know, it's some sort of prime lens. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. Ooh, Sal. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Oh my God. I just have no patience. I have no patience with the whole algo bot EA trading. That's just so fucked. High risk, bro. I mean, it's counter trend. I don't know if I'd say it's necessarily high risk, but I'm fine with this. I've got my criteria in place. The previous hourly candle closed as well, not favorable for me the way that I would have hoped. So I've also allowed myself to cut the risk on this a lot if I don't see the follow through that I'm wanting to see here. Otherwise, yeah, this is my break even here at this 10 a.m. open, this hourly fair value gap. So, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say it's high risk. I got everything I wanted to see to justify looking for this counter trend short, so we'll see if it plays. If it doesn't play, I'll cut the risk and get out early if I can. Assuming we don't get like a god candle just straight up that doesn't allow me to, but just had another run of this short-term low. Holding the gap though, like for right now, like there's no reason for me to like just close it preemptively, right? Like the bodies are still holding this gap for now. Probably, David. Probably does. Now that you mention it, he probably does. Oh man, that's too good. Now that's a pill. Now that's a pill I need. No, I'm just kidding. Oh.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right. We just took out another short-term low. Can we get some follow through here? Honestly, dude, my intuition, my discretion is telling me to go BE now. We'll see if it's too early or not. We'll see if I get stopped at break even and then it still somehow makes it down to this 10 a.m. open, at which point I'll have to kick myself a little bit for that. But this move down, close below this low, I really don't think we should see my entry again. Why is you bearish? I'm not bearish. I'm trying to get a corrective counter trend trade back in here so I could go long maybe later. Macro is about to end here as well. I don't know. Trade's protected. I'm risk-free on this right now. Seeing if we can get some follow through here. I'll monitor it after if I get stopped at break even as well, just to see. But I don't know. I guess I don't mind being a little defensive with this. Tyler, look at the previous close, 1 hour candle. The trend is bullish. I already ICT mastery. I don't know if you're just tuning in, but I absolutely mentioned the previous 1 hour close at least 3 times already. And I don't disagree with you. Guys, I'm not bearish. I'm just in a short. Just because I'm in a short doesn't mean I'm bearish. I entered off this inversion here. I'll let it play break even though. You scared? Nah, let it play. Let it play. Why break even? You scared? That's why, Tony. I am scared. Were you trying to embarrass me in front of all my friends on stream? I'm scared. You want to break me down? You want me to say it? Okay, I'm afraid. I'm afraid, all right? I'm afraid. Name that movie. All I know is everybody up here was, when I went short, was saying that they were going long against me. So, well, I don't know if they got stopped out or not. I did get break even stopped on that, boys and girls. $20 in profit. Let's see. I want to watch how this plays out though now. We're getting back to this hourly open. This is going to be a great decision. So here's everything that kind of went into that. So one, the 10 a.m. candle closed above the 9 a.m. candle high. So to me, that's one thing that's like, not loving it. It's not as good of a rejection as I would have liked to have seen. So then this hourly candle opens up. We can't even get down to this hour, this 10 a.m. open. And we take out some short-term lows here. And I'm like, if this comes back to my entry, I don't feel as hot about it anymore. I feel like it's a little bit lower probability. And I want to watch and see from here, you know, again, should I have stuck with my original plan of waiting until 10 a.m. open to go break even? Because if it plays out from here, that's going to be what hindsight will tell me. Otherwise, I used the information in my discretion a little bit here to protect the trade a little before. So if it saves me a loss, then I'm obviously going to be very happy about that. But either way, I will live with the result. So those that went long got stopped out. Well, I would think so. I do not use quarterly theory, boss. I do not. Kind of formed this 1 minute PD array against this trade now. Bearish order block, bullish order block, sorry. And then also now fair value gap here. I don't know. To me, it made a lot of sense to protect it, so I'll live with it. I've been following you for months. Don't worry. This is absorption, bro. The target zone is 23,425. Wait, what? What'd you say? 425? I mean, so you're looking for price to go back to the New York AM kill zone high? Yeah, very well could happen. Yeah, I use the stat map from time to time. I could maybe get in the habit of looking at it even more. Let me see. Every time I change this, it changes it back on me. Hang on. Full session. So yeah, I guess if we look at this today, where is it? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I miss you, sir. Feels like it's been forever since you've been gone. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're already above on the stat map today. Like, we're already way above the daily manipulation level. We're like halfway to the distribution level. We're at 4 standard deviations of the Asia range. That's why I don't know, all of these things that are like, I don't know why you guys are still bullish. It just seems like a chase to me if you guys are bullish, if I'm being honest. But could I see price come back to this high? Sure. I don't know. You should sing with Tanya together. Listen, I'll give me the mic, dude. I'll get on some karaoke. I don't give a shit. You and me going fishing in the dark, lying on our back and counting the ticks where the smooth grass grows. Down in the liquidity on a cool... Wait. In the cool moonlight? I don't fucking know. The lyrics ain't coming to me yet. We'll circle back. We'll circle back. We'll circle back. Let me know in the chat who is still holding any sort of trade here, I guess long or short. It's a little bit of a mixed bag in the chat right now. I was in a short, went break even, got stopped break even. Just is kind of watching to see how this is going to play out here in the short term. Break even, still in short. Hold in short, break even. Did anybody get better entries as well? Maybe you got this 3-minute gap entry, which did hold for now. It'll be a little bit of a bummer if it just drops from here, but I'm not gonna kick myself over it. I was very content with going break even when I did right at the end of the macro. But 406, 398. My entry was 394. Flip flopping, trying to scalp them. Oy. Flippity flopping, are you? Put it in reverse, Terry. Oh no. Put it in reverse, Terry. Rebalance equilibrium feels likely. David, that was my thought process as well here. Looks like I may have protected the trade early here. Potentially. Where are you at here, buddy? May look to rejoin this off the 5-minute here. I did actually just get filled off the close of this 5-minute candle. I'm gonna give this a try. We got a 12-point stop here. Still pretty light. Let's see if we can get this flush. Polyblocks, welcome. Do you look for patterns on a regular basis? No. I never look for patterns ever, actually. Profit on the day is, well, 20 bucks with this floating and drawdown at the moment. I got to stop that break even on my initial short. Taking this trade off the 5-minute close and this 2-minute inversion. And yeah, if this fails, then I'll just be done. Take my little L on the day. You sure about the stop loss position? What do you mean? Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this block hold, and if not, we're got a pretty good chance of going for these AM session highs. So I don't want to put my stop all the way up here. I don't think it's. I think it'll get hit either way, I guess, if we flip this high. Should I start trading? I'm trying to understand it, but it really makes no sense. Once you go down the path, there is no coming back. I can't in good conscience tell you to start trading, though. That's not really how this works. Here's what's going to happen. You'll start trading. You're going to lose money for probably a couple of years before you figure it out. And then if you stick with it and figure out some psychology, some discipline, I think you'll be able to eventually make money. But I guess it's all about if you're willing to endure, I guess. Phantom, these are all 150K Tradeify straight to funded. So I'm not risking a lot here. This is like, what's my risk here? Like 400 something? 490? Actually, it's lightning funded. That's correct, Nins. My bad. That's my bad. Yeah, not looking good. Getting ranged up, you're starting to barcode a little bit on the 5. See, these comments are like, oh, it's not showing up, is it? The FOMO comments, bro. It doesn't matter what trade anybody takes at this point. You guys just say FOMO every time. You realize that you're going to miss out if you never press the button? Like, is that your guys' strategy at this point? I'm just never going to take a trade, actually. I'm never pressing the button ever. Because if I press the button, that means I have a fear of missing out. Isn't that technically what you're doing every time you take a trade? You enter a position because you don't want to miss out on whatever that move is that you're framing up. Like, get the fuck out of here. Every fucking trade that someone takes is not a FOMO trade. Good God. You know, fuck. All right, boys, we're 8 subs away though from a giveaway. Just a heads up. 15K, we'll do a giveaway of a straight to funded account. But yeah, I may get ran out on this, boys and girls. Literally got the 5-minute close and straight back up. And we're literally barcoding on the 5. So, looks like in hindsight, I should have just left the break-even stop where it was and just be done with that. But ended up getting closed out there, boys, minus 480, 490. Bummer, bro. Bummer. Fuck. Got caught in the shit. What kind of question is that, Alejandro? How do you think I feel about it? Do I love the conditions? No. You just got to believe. That's right, Tex. That's all you got to do is just believe. But anyway, let's see. How close are we, boys and girls? Hit the sub button. We're 5 away if you guys want to do a giveaway today. If you guys want to do a giveaway. If you don't want to do a giveaway, don't hit the sub button. Help says, am I the only one that can't hear audio? I think so. I think maybe, possibly, perhaps. It's kind of seeming that way. Story Happiness says, LOL, you do counter trend. Story Happiness, that's so funny. LOL. You do counter trend. Oh. Oh. What a good one. Wish I would have thought of it. You know what I'm saying, Chad? I mean, holy cow. All right, let's do... We'll do a keyword, boys and girls. 15K. 15K is the keyword for the giveaway. Type it in the chat. As soon as we hit 15K subs, we'll pick a winner. We'll pick a winner for the giveaway, boys and girls. 2 away, 2 away. Assuming we get there. If we don't get there, hey, we don't get there, we don't get there. You know? Then we'll have to hold off. But in all seriousness, I do appreciate all the supports. I appreciate you guys following along. Win, lose, break even. Yeah, Story Happiness. Let me learn from the people that never show you live trades and only show you and teach you things in hindsight. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. At this point, if people don't trade live in front of you, anything that they teach me goes out the window. It's all hindsight. They can all get fucked. No shade or anything, but it is what it is. If you can't trade live in front of people and call price live in real time and go through the market as it's playing out and sit here, take wins, take losses live, I mean, you don't impress me. You're gonna show me a win after the fact? Oh, congrats, bro. Nice. How impressive is that? Fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic. But yeah, I mean, I can look at price now in hindsight and I can say, oh, you know, I should have let my discretion and my intuition of getting stopped at break even here just play out, right? And I should have not re-engaged. Easy to say that if I lost, or I mean, if I would have won, I would be sitting here very happy that I did. So at the end of the day, all trading is making decisions and living with the consequence. Like, it's easy to go in hindsight and say, oh, I should have did this or I should have did that. Bro, okay, that's fantastic, but guess what? You don't live in that world. We don't live in the shoulda, coulda, woulda world. We live in the, you make a decision now and you live with the consequence. That's fucking life. That's trading. I mean, you're going to get all bent out of shape about one loss, bro. It's like you're going to take thousands of losers over your trading career. So, respectively, eat my ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So, anyway, boys and girls. 15K subs. I do appreciate you. Hey. I do appreciate you. I really do. I really do. It's been she's been a journey, boys and girls. A little over 1 year ago, I started streaming at the beginning of July last year. So it's been a year of streaming. So it's been good. Let's pick a winner though. Let's pick a winner. Also, I hope you guys weren't spamming 15K in the chat. You guys can see that the spam is being deleted as we go here. So let's pick a winner. And the winner is Bar Scarbs. Bar Scarbs, are you there in the chat? Bar Scarbs, are you there? Let's see if Bar Scarbs is here to claim his prize. He's got about a minute. You got a minute to claim it, Bar Scarbs. Yep, Bar Scarbs is here. All right, Bar Scarbs. I will say, shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram at I'm Tyler Trades. Everything should be linked in the description of the video if you need to. If you need to find the links for that, but shoot me a message on there. I will shoot you over a code for a 50K straight to funded account with Tradeify, boys and girls. And if you guys want, Tradeify just relaunched their whole back office, well, back end dashboard. Everything is totally revamped. So if you guys want, check that out. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. Code Tyler for the best discount, or pay full price. It's up to you. But I do appreciate you guys showing up, liking the stream, hanging out, and trading these markets every single day. It's been fun, and we're just getting started. So sorry you wanted to get rid of me, but we're gonna be here for a while. We're gonna be here for a while, boys and girls. I'm not in the shorts anymore now. Why would you take shorts? We're really over. I mean, what kind of question is that, dude? Why would you take shorts? There are such thing as dumb questions. I will say that. But hey, if you guys made money today, congrats. This move happened obviously pre-market, and we talked about it as just a grind higher pretty much all morning. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't be a degenerate, whether you went short up here or not. You know, live to trade another day, guys. The week is just getting started. So that's what I'll say, guys. Hey, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Appreciate you guys. Bar Scarves, reach out to me. I'll get you that code, and I will see you guys live back here tomorrow morning. Enjoy your Monday, boys and girls.
Our trade sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ charts on his screen, he's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money, he's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler Trades, a day trader you can trust. He's dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.